All right, there, everybody. This is E. Marcel Pertu. Welcome to another edition of the original Free Kick. In this edition, we will play the press conference of Atlanta United manager Gonzalo Pineda following the team's 2-1 home loss to Minnesota United on April 4th. On May 4th, excuse me. We are recording this on May 6th, 2024. Hope all of you are well out there. As always, to follow everything that we do, head to the mothership, the sportsinquirer.net, premier site for news and notes in the world of sports. You can also go to our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Just look us up under Sports Inquirer or E. Marcel Portut. And finally, head to our platforms on YouTube and SoundCloud and many more that you can all see Spotify. And you can subscribe, share, like, and enjoy all of our content. We have a subscription goal that we are looking to reach. So if you do those steps, that'd be greatly appreciated. As I mentioned, we are now going to play the press conference of Atlanta United manager Gonzalo Pineda following the team's 2-1 home loss to Minnesota United. We were able to attend the event. And by the way, if you are looking for more analysis, you can go to our archives, and we have Brooke Lennon's comments on the match after the defeat. But right now, we're going to get to Gonzalo, his thoughts on the contest, and have some comments about that a little bit later. So enjoy.
And has lost consecutive home games for the first time since 2021. Can you put your finger on what is going wrong?
Well, I think some mistakes, especially defensively, but I think the effort was there. I think the full commitment, some good plays. I think the first half was really good. It was a difficult game. This type of games against opponents come here 5-for-1, tight block, very compact, hard to beat. But even with that, I think we created enough good chances to score the goals. And when you're not clinical in the boxes, and some mistakes on the back, some mistakes when we are in front of the goal and we don't score the goals, I think it's difficult to win games like that. So we need to fix that. I think performance-wise, I think many parts of the game we were the better team. There was a lapsus in the second half where the first 10-15 minutes we were just half asleep, when we said the opposite. And at halftime we said, let's start on the front foot, let's continue with those passes in behind. I think we were causing danger with that, but we decided to play short, and we have to reflect on those things. But for me, more the behaviors, we have to do better in certain actions, defensively especially.
Just so I'm clear, y'all talk about at halftime to continue to play over the top, but instead the players started playing short passes?
Yeah, well, I think they didn't see the visual cues that probably, because they did an adjustment in the second half, so they did an adjustment in the shape and how they were pressing, so probably they didn't see that, but I think we had some opportunities to play those long passes in behind. I think when we were stretching them with those passes in behind to Saba, to Edwin, I think we were causing danger, and we stopped doing that, and then we absorbed pressure in those moments in some silly build-ups, and one of those we conceded a goal. The other one comes from a throwing, and then the corner. So I think we need to correct those things. I don't know what you guys see, but I saw a team that was fully committed to win the game. For many parts, we were the dominant team. We have all the numbers on our side except from the score. I think we have more possession, territorial dominance, expected goals, chances created, high value chances, shots on goal. Like I think we were predominant in that sense. But when you lose 2-1, all of that really doesn't matter.
Well, I guess on that note, the team had 2 shot attempts in the first half and 7 shot attempts through 75 minutes. So do you feel like the team was performing well offensively to that point? Because it seemed like that 5-4-1 block was stifling a lot of the diagonal switches of play that usually kind of spring the attacks.
Just enlighten me with those stats. How many they had in the first half? How many shots?
I think they had
chances.
They had 7 shot attempts.
But clear chances, how many?
I don't know. I think it was actually I don't know.
We don't get that stuff.
Their chances were. Those are just shot attempts.
Yeah, we got the clear chances. We were 2-1 in the first half. So especially the high value chances, high value. We're talking about the cross from Edwin in the first half is Sal in front of the goalkeeper. The other one is the inverted cross from Brooks, from Thiago to Gigi. Those are high value chances. And then the second half, I think again, I told you for 75 minutes I felt like we created more than them, were more danger, but there were 15-20 minutes where we gave away a couple of chances. And yeah, honestly, it's tough against these type of teams that are 5-for-1, really compact. It's not easy to create 20 chances. I think us creating 7 high-value chances, I think should have put us in a better place in terms of results. But again, I think that's fixable. I'm more worried about other behaviors that I didn't like today. So we need to work on us first. And but I think we're creating chances. The last 4 games, correct me if I'm wrong, but we have better expected goals than the opponent. 3 of those, I think, for a bigger margin than 0.3 expected goals, which gives you kind of the expected points, kind of 9 out of the 12. So yeah, I think we're creating enough. But again, there are moments where we need to be more compact, more together, and a couple actions that I didn't like.
Yeah, can you just elaborate on that bit a little bit? Just like, what were some of those actions that you feel like the team can be sharper in?
Yes, I think certain moments we were just half asleep again. From a throwing, that's very simple check and going behind, and they get in kind of in our primacy zone. From there, we give away a corner kick. And then in set pieces, we should be more dominant in that. They put a lot of thought in that. They have scored like 3-4 goals since the new coach arrived, and in set pieces. So we need to do better on those. The other one is a mistake in the build-up. And again, it feels like we are not allowing the opponents to just build from the back or create a chance, a good combination play to score goals on us. It's not like that. It's kind of self-inflicted. So we are either losing balls in areas where we shouldn't, and it's not like they are pressing great. It's more like we are just missing the passes or set pieces or lack of concentration in central action. But I haven't seen in a while a goal where the opponent just makes a good play, good counter-attack, or a good combination play to really hurt us. It's been self-inflicted to me. So again, that's what I mean, like certain behaviors we need to correct, because the overall, if you look at the last 4 games, I think we're, aside from Cincinnati, where it was more even, I think we've been superior to most of those teams. But when you don't win out of the last 4 games, especially 2 at home, we lose 2, we need to correct something.
Yeah.
Coach, your thoughts on how Stan looked when he came into the game, Stein?
Stian, very good. I think he looked very good. I felt like I wanted to give a little bit, it was a tough game, and I felt like he was limited to 20-25 minutes max. So I wanted to give him a shout, because on set pieces we were creating some danger on the flanks. And then I felt like in set pieces he could have got, and I think he made contact in 3 of those. So it wasn't that bad. And then I was feeling like I need some adjustment in the build-up. Caleb was very good in the defensive transition, but struggling a little bit in the build-up. So, but I couldn't find the tactical shift to make sure that Caleb was higher in the field. And I didn't want to take him out because he was very good defending against their striker. He was fast, but I felt like we could have gotten something there. But then we scored the goal, and then I felt we were having some momentum, and I couldn't do anything else. I didn't feel like we were in the need of any other change. But Stian looked really good, but that was the thought process also. His commitment when he goes forward, and he played a couple of passes in the front foot of Brooks. I think that was something, and he helped us on that side.
Henry, there's just a couple more. Go ahead.
Gonzalo, you mentioned how the team's been creating more chances than its opponents in recent games. What are you missing to turn those chances into goals?
Well, I mean, sharpness, just making sure that our strikers are a bit sharper, our attacking players, but also can we create a couple more? Again, I was telling you, against Chicago, for example, it was another game where we create way more chances than the opponent, with way more high-value chances and all these. But if we're not able to put the ball in the back of the net, it's difficult, right? So one solution, of course, is out of 7 chances, we score at least 2. I think that's a good percentage. 3, maybe it's a better percentage in terms of production. But maybe we need to try to create 20, and we need to do better and create more. Again, against these type of teams that come here, 5-for-1, very solid block, fast defenders, and tall. At times we were in good areas, our crosses were a bit more in the air. We addressed maybe more on the ground because they were tall. So a couple of those little details, but eventually we need to be sharper on both ends. We are leaking goals in a soft way, and then we are not scoring some that we need to score. So yeah, we need to correct some of that.
The team has conceded now 4 goals off of set pieces, 2 from corner kicks. Where are the struggles coming from defending set pieces, and what can you do to fix that?
Well, yeah, review some of those. I think our process in general is good. I don't think our expected goals against in set pieces is super high. I have to review that. But yeah, we certainly will take a look at what we can do better now.
Locker room's open.
Some of the supporters are quite aggravated with the recent results and are asking for a change of a coach. What could you say to them to try to give them some confidence going forward?
Well, nothing. We just need to win. I'm as upset as they are. I think they should be upset, of course, because the results are not in our way at this moment. But I still think that this team has what is needed to come back and to do a better impression of ourselves. I think we're very close again. If the team is not playing well, if the team is not creating way more than the opponents, I would be worried. I would be saying something different probably. But I see that the team is fully committed to the cause and to create those chances, to playing good football, to trying to be in the front foot and be the team that dominates the game. But we haven't gotten the results. And again, I think some patience in the process. And I hope and I believe that this team will come back.
Okay, and that was Gonzalo Pineda, manager of Atlanta United. His thoughts on the match. Very disappointing effort for the Five Stripes. Team is winless in the last month, and that includes several losses at home in MLS play to Cincinnati 2 weeks ago, and then this past Saturday to Minnesota. And they put themselves in a position now where they were in the top half of the MLS stand in the Eastern Conference part of MLS standings, now in the bottom half, and the struggles continue. Very concerning when you hear Gonzalo talk about the intent and the strategy of the team. You saw within the first 10, 15 minutes to play over the top of the 5-man backline that Minnesota was presenting, but then there was a turn where the team started doing short passes, and I don't know if there was miscommunication between Pineda to the players or the coaches and staff, because they were looking like they were trying to do one strategy with the long balls to go over the defense, and then those short passes, which was counter to what they were trying to do. It seemed like counter to what the strategy was from the coaching staff. So that is disconcerting. And it's also disconcerting and look, the statistics, shot attempts, the expected goals, those are all very good and useful. But the reality is Minnesota scored 2 goals, Atlanta scored only 1, and that's the stat that really matters. So yes, chances are being created, and there were opportunities in the contest. You had several big saves in the match by Minnesota, but still, just the results are not where they need to be. And we'll see how Atlanta progresses as they have their U.S. Open Cup match tomorrow on May 7th in Kennesaw, technically their second home base for Atlanta. And then they host DC United next Saturday as well. So there's a lot going on. The schedule gets increased. And we just got word that Tyler Wolff maybe got 4 to 6 weeks with the knee injury. So that does limit the depth on the midfield or the forward position for Atlanta. So it's a lot going on with the Five Stripes. We'll be keeping content up and keeping up to date to everything that's going on. Thank you for listening or watching once again this edition of the Original Free Kick. As always, you can go to the mothership, to sportsinquirer.net. You can also go to our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, or X, and just look us up under Emar Substitute or Sports Inquirer. And finally, you can go to our platforms on SoundCloud, Spotify, and YouTube. Make sure you once again subscribe, share, like our content, and we would like to get our subscriptions up, and that's a goal of ours. So that's really helps in that process. Until next time, good fight, good night, and be safe.